If you've experienced sight loss or you know someone who has, sun protection in the form of sunglasses, hats, or the combination of the two could not be more important and vital. So in this video, we're going to talk about different styles, pros, cons, preferences, and my personal recommendations based on 30 years of sight loss and things I've learned over the years. And you can check out the description box for more information, details, including clickable links to help you with your research and shopping. And all right, y'all, here we go. Let's get started. Welcome to Seeing Blind. It's Cindy. I would really appreciate it if you snag that like and subscribe to help the channel grow and catch future content. Whether you have mild, moderate, or severe light sensitivity, also known as photophobia, or you may not be sensitive to light at all, it doesn't matter. It's still extremely important to consider sunglasses and hats. The reason why is if you've experienced any sight loss, most likely your eyes have been compromised. The muscles and the reactions they have to different lighting and sun rays are not going to be adequate enough to really protect your eyes in those environments. And so that could lead to further sight loss. The best thing that you can do to prevent further sight loss and damage to your eyes is to simply get a good pair of polarized sunglasses, good hats, or combination of the two to really care for the vision that you have remaining. I don't know if you can tell behind me, it's pretty cloudy. It's an overcast day today, y'all. This can be quite deceiving, though. A lot of people think if it's a cloudy day, you don't need to wear sunglasses, but actually that is a false assumption.
What?
The clouds are definitely dispersing those harmful sun rays. They're still present, they're still there, and those of us who do have photophobia are still sensitive on cloudy days. I'm struggling right now, so I'm going to go ahead and smack my sunglasses on my face. But even on cloudy days, guys, that sunlight is being dispersed in through the clouds. The clouds do not block those harmful rays. They're still coming through. They're just fragmented and filtered, if you will, but still present. And again, those can cause damage to our eyes when they're not reacting and our muscles aren't quite contracting and expanding adequately enough. So cloudy days, you still need to wear some sunglasses, guys. All right, so moving on, let's discuss different sunglass styles and the pros and cons and such. So I think there's two different main traditional styles, right? There's that, typical boxy kind of square style of sunglass, the ones that kind of the Ray-Bans and all that kind of stuff. They're pretty boxy and they let in a lot of sunlight on the sides. That's my issue with most of those, but I'll get back to that in a second. The second style is kind of like the ones that I have on right now. They're the wraparound kinds. They're sometimes referred to as the sports style sunglasses, and these are the ones that I typically always look for and go to the most because the sunlight is not coming in on the sides or the top, the bottom. They really do kind of provide the most filtered sunlight protection. Of course, you always want lenses that are polarized. Now, if you are still just one that likes that boxier square kind that don't wrap around, then I would really suggest getting the thicker arms, the ones that have a really large frame to them. I'm going to show you some examples here. This is an old pair that I have that I do not like because they do just that. They let in sunlight through the sides here. The arms of the sunglasses are really thin. So when I put these on, guys, you can see so much light can come in through the side here. And oftentimes too, you'll also get some gaps from the front, top, or the bottom. They just don't provide that full coverage. So that's what you want to look for, is a full coverage, or at least has a thick frame that's going to give you that extra added protection. This was sort of the issue that I had with the Cavaliers from Two Blind Brothers. Sunlight just kept coming in through the sides and it would bounce off that polarized lens and back into my eyes, and I couldn't do it, guys. I felt really bad having to send those back, but as soon as they come out with the wraparound kind, I'm all about it. The polarized wraparound sports style sunglasses are the ones that I always generally go to. I'll link the ones that I rave about that I get on Amazon down below. They're pretty cheap. When they're on sale, I can get them for about 15, 16 bucks. They typically go anywhere up to 22, 23 bucks though if they're not on sale. So check them out. You can get all kinds of different lenses, different color frames with those guys. And these that I have on are the blue lenses with, I think, a black or gray frame. And I like these for the cloudy, overcast days like I was talking about earlier, because the lenses are not as dark. However, they're still adequately polarized and dark enough that even on cloudy days I get the protection that I need, and I can still see pretty good contrast with them. I have another pair that is extremely dark gray lenses with a black frame. I'll try to put a picture of those up for y'all. And those are for bright sunny days. My husband also has these. These are unisex. They look great on females and males of any age. Guys, I think they're pretty universal, extremely lightweight. A lot of sports and athletes rave about these glasses as well, guys. They have a really great rating on Amazon. Now, here is some feedback that I hear often from people with low vision. When they wear dark lenses, they feel like they're losing a lot of contrast. And yes, that is a very common experience for most of us, especially those who have lost their central vision. We do lose a lot more contrast with those super dark lenses, but those are the ones that also gives the most, protection and just feel so much better on a bright sunny day. So here my suggestion is to play around to find what works for you. Don't give up the fight and struggle to find the right solution. That's why I love and recommend these. They're super dark, but still I don't feel like I'm compromising a lot on contrast. Play around colors. You might respond with browns or blues or purples. Light gets filtered differently through these colors. It's the trial and error approach, guys, which is another reason why Amazon, with their free returns, is generally a good way to go to do that trial and error process. If you have any further questions, don't forget, put it in the comment section. I hope the links that I put for the sunglasses that I love you find helpful. Make sure if the links don't work, let me know and I'll make sure I get that to you as soon as possible. Let's talk about some hats. I typically will combine hats and sunglasses, especially if I'm going to be going to a park. I'm going to be outside on a bright sunny day for a long period of time. The more protection I have, the better. I'm less likely to trigger a migraine in this situation. And so you don't always have to box yourself into one style of hat, that traditional baseball hat. Explore sun hats, all kinds of different style hats, whatever fits your style. Accessorize your outfit with, whatever. But when you're out shopping and you're trying to look cute, don't forget to grab a hat to match. And here's some of my tips to look for when shopping for hats. The biggest tip I have here is you want to get one that protects you on the sides. And so some of them have a very short brim, and it's kind of like, okay, it may shade my eyebrows, but that's about it. Make sure that brim is big enough and significant enough to give you enough shade over your eyes, because that's the whole point, right? The second thing you really want to look for when shopping for hats is a darker underlining, like the interior being a darker color, like black or blue or anything like that, because darker colors absorb more of the light, whereas lighter colors reflect it. So if you have a white hat with a white interior and that brim is white, all of that bright light can be reflected back down into your face. And so I've noticed when I wear hats that have a darker interior, if the brim is dark underneath, that's less being reflected back into my face. And again, I just feel much more comfortable. I'm not as sensitive to it. and it's just, I feel, better protection. So make sure if you are shopping for a bright hat, you can line it underneath with a darker fabric, or try to find a style that is bright on top but still has a darker interior. I'll try to link some examples down below to help make your shopping easier in the future. But that's it for me right now, guys. I hope these tips are helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Let me know in the comment section down below. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Blessings to you and yours.